from this point, it seems to work. It's like, hey, I've got full self-driving now. Welcome back everybody to Tesla Driver. I hope you're doing very well. Today we're going to be testing a brand new autopilot update. This is 2020.28.5 and in this update all it says that is new is a language support, and apparently that's Polish. Apparently that's the only difference in this update. You saw it there, pick the correct lane for it to keep on going straight forward. It didn't have time to overtake the van and the tractor in front. I also want to say I'm sorry I haven't been able to do bi-daily uploads as promised. We're moving house, loads of personal stuff going on. I'm trying to keep up with it as much as I can. I just want to shout out all the patrons who are helping support the channel. There's 65 plus of you now, which is absolutely awesome. And if you want to get yourself a free mini Tesla supercharger to charge your Android or iPhone phone, or even Windows phone if you still have one, feel free to become a level 3 or above patron. Only by the end of the month I'll be sending them out, and then I have no more left. So that is literally it. So far this has worked really well though. No worries for this kind of road. I've never autopiloted down here before, so this is like a first time for me. It's a brand new test, I hope, for the car. I'm assuming other people have autopiloted down here because it's a nice road. It's actually a really nice road. But I thought for this new software update that apparently only brings Polish language support, we'll see, is there anything hidden underneath the bonnet, underneath those, actually it's not even underneath the bonnet anymore. Is there anything in there that is different and has updated? We'll find out. You'll see though that the quality of this is pretty poor at sometimes. I'm not sure why, but yeah, the quality of these cameras sometimes are kind of poor when you're driving, and I have actually had it where these have turned off completely. You can see all the artifacts and stuff that it's pulling up here. Apparently this only shows 2 colors. I'm not sure if that's true. Someone let me know in the comment section because I'd love to learn about it. What I have found about this update, however, is as soon as we get to roundabouts, so we're going to get to a roundabout in a second, as soon as we get to roundabouts, the car does abort. So they are now abortabouts, and it just won't let you go over them at all. And also here in the UK, traffic light recognition is here. You know, we can see the traffic lights, but sadly traffic light reactions or doing anything with traffic lights doesn't work. So again, here on a roundabout, you'll see as soon as we get onto the roundabout, it aborts. It happens every time, makes sense. It can't do roundabouts. It stops one issue if someone did crash on autopilot on a roundabout. At least Tesla can go, hey, now we abort every single time. So the lines go a little bit skew-whiff here. Wow, they go a little bit strange. Is the car gonna select the right lane? Yes, it has selected the correct lane here. And it is going through. It's showing the arrows. Yes, it did show the arrows. That was really cool to see. Oh, it saw that as a red light right at the end. I'm not sure why it saw that as a red light right at the end there. But this is Melksham, so this is a town. This is kind of a... It's not that tight of a town, to be honest, but I don't know how it's going to react. So far, so good. Big bump. Oh, that's horrible. And we're gonna see here, does it still favor the right lane? Is it still American true and true? Let's see which lane it's gonna pick. Is it gonna follow? No, look at that, it's picked the right-hand lane. You are American, aren't you? You really are American, Tesla. So again here, as we go through, no problem. Going into a 40, but I'm just gonna keep it at the 30. That's kind of strange, because it's a 40 there, and then there's another 40 gate here, which is odd. But I'm just gonna keep it down at 30, and we're gonna see what it does. Just staying in its lane. Yeah, really nicely here. And again, it won't do roundabouts, so we have to do the roundabouts ourselves for now. I'm pretty sure this is all new. I don't remember this being like this before. It's been a while since I've actually been into Melksham, so this is all kind of new for me. You can see there it was warning me about that car to the left, but that wasn't actually a problem for us. We were able just to go around it perfectly, but that there was just saying, hey, if you didn't know, there's something in your blind spot, and then you actually heard a little noise from it as well saying that there was something in the blind spot. Okay, so nice straight road. This corner goes onto a roundabout, and again, we're just going to test the same theory that I have at the moment, which is roundabouts are abortabouts. Is it going to slow us down for this corner? Again, I've never driven this road on autopilot, so I don't know. Oh, the answer is no. It's not. Yeah, no one has done this on autopilot. You can tell because it is doing the auto steer limited thing rather than slowing itself down around the corner. So this corner we will test later on. Oh, braking really hard there, and I'm gonna have to pull it off because, as you can see, the speed that it was going around those roads, I mean, it was legal and fine, obviously. However, it was a little bit too quick for my liking. Okay, I actually think that's my daughter's child seat back there, by the way, that is making all those noises, just in case you were wondering what all the beeping is. Yeah, it's my child's seat, because I haven't put it in fully. Okay, right, let's try it again. So this roundabout, better to test it on because there's no one here. How will the car do? Oh my God, no, it was about to curb that left side really, really bad, so I had to pull that off. Actually surprised about that. It was really cutting that early, at least earlier than I expected. Okay, back up to 60. Again, so far on normal roads it's good. The issue so far, EU, UN regulation, whatever the regulation number is, and of course roundabouts still can't do them just yet. However, on normal roads like this, it's, you know, bueno, very, very good. Okay, here we come to another roundabout that hopefully this time we can actually put our full test in. Oh yeah, being American, it's going to the right lane. Whoa, hey, there we go. It did pick the right lane in the end, as kind of expected. Bringing it all the way down to 0 here, and then I'm gonna accelerate. No, as you can see, look at that. As soon as we get to the roundabout, it's like, hey, no, no, we're not doing this today. It just aborts as soon as it gets to the line. And like I said, that makes perfect sense, to be totally honest. Okay, so again, at another roundabout, let's just see what the car does. I'm gonna accelerate through. Yeah, oh wow, actually that was about to change, and that was gonna go the whole way around the other way of the roundabout. If you go back and slow that down and look at it again, you'll see what I mean, but that was genuinely about to go all the way around the roundabout the other way, which is interesting. This is a really tight bend here. I hope the car brakes for it. It's not going over 50, but oh my days, that is, nope, I'm not doing that. Now, hopefully, because we're behind a horse box, we're actually gonna be, oh, it's picking up cones and there is no cones. What is this? There was no cones at all. And look, it's still showing loads of cones. What is going on? I'm not sure about that, but that seems a little bit odd to me that it's picking up phantom cones on the road as well. Really strange. Down these straight roads as expected, no worries at all. But what we are coming up is to some roadworks apparently, and a very, very tight right-hand bend. So I'm intrigued to see how it works. It is picking up the cones here on the left because there actually are cones this time. So that's good to see. Is it gonna pick up that little box as a pylon? No, it didn't. It's showing the get back into your lane arrows though correctly, which is good. And we're gonna be going into this 40 here. This is what I was meaning, was a corner that it might struggle at, but you can see the car is bringing itself down to 28 miles an hour for this corner, and it slowed itself right down for it, and it's done the corner correctly. That was really impressive. That was really smooth, actually. That was just a really nice drive that it's done. It's asking me to go left this way, but I know that that's a single track road, so I'm just gonna ignore it, and we're just gonna continue on this for a little bit. Does it pick up all of these cones correctly as well? Look at that, brilliant, really well done. I'm coming to a stop here, and there's a guy with a stop sign. Yes, did it pick it up? I don't know, can't see it. I haven't seen a stop sign in ages. All right, here we go. So we are going past now, and like I said, it won't go across the other lane. Is it gonna pick up any of the cones or anything in the back of that van? Nope, it's not, it's just showing it as a van. And sadly, does it show the go sign? No, it shows a traffic cone, all right? It showed a traffic cone instead of a person and instead of a sign, which is interesting, because I mean, he was wearing high vis and he was holding a sign, so it could have showed a pole or a human, but it wanted to show a cone instead. Over this smallish bridge, again, no problems. This is actually doing really well, and it's just these weird single cases that it needs to get fixed and sorted out to be able to do it all fully autonomously. Another Tesla. Are you gonna wave this time? No, I don't know why I do it. I like to wave at all the other Teslas. Please, Tesla drivers, wave back. Obviously, if you're in America or like California, you'd be waving constantly. So here we go, we're going through somewhere where the lights are slightly confusing because there's loads of lights around. However, it went straight through. It showed the arrow correctly in the green light there, which was really nice to see. Again, showing the lines on the road and the arrows on the road. It's actually seeming to slow itself down, I think. Yeah, it's slowing itself down for this corner. Again, really, really good. Look at this. This is a tight corner that it probably wouldn't have been able to do at any higher speed than that. So I'm actually impressed with how that did it. And again here, because we didn't go through a higher than a 50 previously, it's setting us to 14 miles an hour max. So we have to change that ourselves. Now this is a really nice road up, and we're coming up to a dual carriageway, and then we're going to be going through the town of Devises, which is where I've spent most of my life, and we'll see how well it does. I'm expecting it to do absolutely fine all the way up into the town, and then as we get to the town, it just becomes chaos because we're going to have loads of cars parked on the side of the road. We've got a bridge that sadly people have not seen before and driven straight off and gone into the canal. It's a really dangerous bridge, and I'm intrigued to see how the car reacts to it, or if it's going to actually react at all, or if it's just going to be like, hey, I can't do this yet. Again, as we go into a 60, because we've set it to 50, it's not going to raise it itself. I wish there was an option so that it could always go at least to the speed limit. Maybe that's something that can come soon. And let's see here, is it going to be American? Is it going to pick the right-hand side of the road for this dual carriageway? What is it going to do? I actually don't know how the dual carriageway kind of comes out, so I'm intrigued to see what it does here. It's going to the right-hand side for sure. Oh no, I'm cutting in back to the left now. And yeah, it was because that horse box over there was going over there to the right anyway. So now I want to go 70, and obviously I want to overtake this guy, but sadly it won't do it because it doesn't see this as a dual carriageway for some reason. I'm not 100% sure why, because I would rather it obviously just do the overtake. Previously on these kind of roads, not this one specifically, it has been able to do it. It has been able to go over the lanes. Look, you can see that it knows that it's two roads here. So I'm intrigued to know why it's not doing it still. Oh, actually, I think it's because there's no central reservation on this area, on this bit of road. So this goes from a 70 to a 30 very, very quickly. So I'm going to bring it down nice and slowly now to a 30. As you can see, it just comes 30 like all of a sudden here right at the end. The car's going slightly across the road, but that's fine. And actually, if it did that all by itself, like that speed and everything, that would have been perfect. Here, it's not sure about that car. It is going around it. Yeah, it went around them just, but as you saw, it had a little bit of an issue with them, and I had to actually tap the accelerator just to give it a bit of loving and just tell it to keep on going. Here it's going to favor the bus stop, so we're going to be swung to the left. There you go. And then we're going to sit behind this car. So we have to obviously go around this ourselves. And like I said, these kind of areas are pretty horrible for it because there are just cars parked everywhere. Now, luckily, we've actually had some space between me and the car behind us. So I'm going to allow the car to go 30 at this bridge. We've got a dog walking across the road with a person. And it's braking. Okay, it's continuing now. Is it going to do this? What's it going to do, guys? It's going too fast. It's going too fast. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Not at all. So that's the bridge that I'm talking about. And sadly, one of our friends drove off that not too long ago. And yeah, it really needs to slow down for that. What is wrong with this child seat at the back? It's pinging me. Oh, there we go. The leg wasn't on properly. So again, here you can see these cars slightly coming onto our side of the road, getting really close. But the car didn't react or do anything to them. Is it picking up the zebra crossing as anything? No, it's not picking that up. And then here the road goes very, very tight, followed by a very, very tight right bend. And this car's going to probably cut across us here. No. Oh, look at that. It's done it. That was really nice. I wasn't expecting it to do that. I'm going to slow it down myself because it is not slowing itself down for this corner. It definitely needs to. You can see how tight it gets. Good job. Good job, car. There we go. No one else has done this before. Oh, that guy didn't stop for our friend, which is weird. Autopilot back on. And again here, as we come to another roundabout, I actually used to live all the way down there in a house called Matten Lock. That was our old house. No one coming, going straight across the roundabout. No problems that time. It didn't even abort or anything. Normally it aborts because it's a roundabout. Okay, back on. And it's coming to a stop, I think because of this car here. Yeah, so it is slightly braking because of the cars on the side of the road. So I'm going to bring it down to 25 miles an hour. And we'll see how it does this. These are actually all in parked bays. And I actually used to live in these apartments here, just above Majestic Wines. That's when I had a gold chrome R8 and my chrome Hummer H2. I still have my Hummer H2, it's just yellow now. Again here, as we come in, it can see that fine, no worries. I'm gonna see, will it do the roundabout? Yeah, look at that, guys. Oh no, it went straight at the end, and because I had my hands on it firmly, whoa, my God. Yeah, damn right you worry about that car. That was pretty dangerous. You saw how far that lorry came over, and the car was like, I don't like this at all. And I didn't like it at all either as a normal driver. Autopilot not wanting to turn on just yet, but to be honest, there's just a little roundabout here. And coming to a stop. Again, did you see that? It showed another cone on the road randomly. The traffic light stop isn't at the right area, but it is showing the guy walking across the road correctly. And let's see how quickly it reacts to this orange light. It's now orange, still red, now it's green, and now it's green. So it definitely took a little bit longer than I expected. And you can see there, it's kind of moving about the line where it thinks that the line is quite a lot. I would love to know why it's showing so many random cones. I don't know why it's doing that. Again, coming at some traffic lights. Our car sadly doesn't stop for them yet, so we're gonna stop them again. Another cone. Did you see that? Another cone. And look at this, you can actually see how all the people walking across, it's picking them up correctly as they walk around us, which is great. Orange, this one, it didn't bother to show it as orange for some reason. What is with these cones? I do not know. Very, very strange. Okay, autopilot back on. Small mini roundabout here. This van is coming close to us. Shoof. Okay, I'm gonna try this mini roundabout. Is it gonna be able to do it itself? It doesn't kind of look like a roundabout, so it should be fine. Braking for that discovery, slammed on there for that discovery, which is, again, good. It was on our side of the road, correct thing to do, so well done, car. And let's set this up to 30 miles an hour. We've got a little bridge here. We can't see over the top of it. What's the car gonna do? Really nice, really smooth, no problems at all. And here we've got a road with no central line. However, there is, oh God, that braked very hard there. There is definitely a central like marking to the road that you can see. But the car, look at this, it's drifting. You can see that it's not sure. It can see these lines over here, and it's thinking this just must be one wide, wide road. And it slightly started to pull itself over to it. It seems to have corrected itself now. And you can see again there, it was picking up the cycle lane, so it showed a bike on the side of the road. Hopefully it'll do it again here. There's a little bike here. Oh, it says stop as well, so it showed the bus stop and it showed the cycle lane, picking up the bins as well as the green lights. Doing pretty well, actually. It's never completed this stretch of road without me having to take, over because it gets too close. Oh, braking. Oh yeah, so you can see there, it starts to go a little bit skew-if. It's still going skew-if. And then when it does correct itself, but it just doesn't feel quite as natural as I would like it to be, if I'm being totally honest. Again here, let's see, is it gonna favor the right lane or is it gonna go correct and go in the left lane? Hopefully, yeah, the bus stop's pulling it over and I'm thinking it's gonna take the left lane. Yes, it's got the left lane correct. And we can just keep on going on this. No problems at all there. So this here used to be a 40, it is now a 30, but as you can see, it still thinks it's a 40. I'm not sure where it's pulling the data for the speed stuff, but I'm amazed it hasn't been updated. This was changed from a 40 to a 30 about a year ago now, and it's still showing it. We've got a cyclist on our left here, a kid on the scooter on the right. Is it gonna show any of it? Didn't show the kid, isn't showing any of those kids. Is it gonna show him on his bike? No, he's not on the road, so technically it doesn't really need to anyway. And let's see, there's another Tesla over there. Why is everyone gone with white? Why is everyone gone with white Teslas? I mean, they do look very nice in white. Oh, okay, interesting. That was actually pulling me left, and that was pulling me over to Hopton Industrial Estate, which, because I wasn't indicating, I wasn't happy for it just to do. If I'd kind of preempted that, that would have been fine, but we didn't, so I'm not gonna allow it just to take us down a different route. And here we go again onto another roundabout. This should be a nice easy one actually for the car to flow over and follow. It just depends. Oh, it's actually picking the right hand kind of lane here, left hand lane, right hand lane, left hand lane. Yes, we've gone across correctly eventually, and we can start speeding ourselves up as we come out of this and into a 60. Obviously I'm gonna have to just pop it up like this myself. And we are coming into a dual carriageway, which I don't know if it knows is a dual carriageway, but we will find out. So let's see. We'll obviously go for the overtake. I'm actually going to accelerate now because I want to give it a little bit of a push because it's just going a little bit slower than I'd kind of like it to go. And you can see it's not showing it as a 70, but this definitely is a 70. So I'm actually kind of surprised about that. I'm going to indicate over to the left lane. The car sadly will not do it, and I'm going to have to pull off myself and go over to the left lane. Real shame that the car's not doing that itself, and hopefully that will come back in a future update very, very soon. Because this is very obviously a dual carriageway. I'm expecting the car to swing us over to the right here, but it's not. Oh, slightly, yeah, slightly there. At the end, it started to bring us over to the right. Once you autopilot so much, you really start to notice what it notices, and I'm pretty sure I can read the road through autopilot's eyes at this point. Now, I have, of course, tested this road on the left that we're going on to loads, and you will be able to see that. And this is showing you that if you autopilot on more roads, it will be more responsive. You've seen prior to this, on this journey, it hasn't slowed down for some corners. It's accelerated full pelt at the bridge, for example. Loads and loads of times where it should have slowed itself down, it really hasn't bothered. Now, this down here will show you that when you do autopilot yourself, nice and slowly, it definitely picks up the road, it definitely learns what to do, and it makes a difference. Now this, oh, please get it working, come on, here we go. Now this is interesting though. It will go a little bit strange here and potentially abort. This is a horrible blind top. Perfect, it did that perfectly. It's normally aborts there, so that was really impressive to see. This road is dangerous. It's, well, this bit isn't, but at the end of it, it's pretty dangerous, and it goes through some pretty crazy corners. And you'll see that the car will actually bring itself down to 23 miles an hour from 60 for one of the corners coming up ahead. No problems down this 60 straight at all. There is nobody behind us that I can see for about a mile, which is great. So we're going to be able to do all of this hopefully on autopilot, and I'm just going to let the car do it all. My GoPro only has 5% battery left, so if it dies before I say goodbye, thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to become a patron if you want to help support the channel. Hit the like button, yada, yada, yada. Okay, here we go. So the test. This is a real test of it, and it's still going 60. I'd like it to start slowing itself down to about 55, maybe 50 miles an hour now. But you can see that it's not doing that. It used to. Holy moly, it's still doing it at 60. Okay, there we go. Right, now it's like, oh yeah, I should probably slow down at this point. So it's starting to slow itself down. It's braking. No worries around this corner, a little bit close to the left there for my liking. And this is where you'll see it starts to activate. Oh, actually, it's gone a little bit too far for itself here, auto steer limited. But now, from this point, it seems to work. It's like, hey, I've got full self-driving now. Awesome. I'll slow myself down for these corners, down to 30. Don't get me wrong, this is really slow. Oh my God, that was so close to the left. I nearly canned that. But as you can see, the car did it. But yeah, that was very close. Again, yeah, getting close, but it is doing it correctly, keeping us at 40 miles an hour for this little bit. Starting to speed up, it's fine, as long as it starts to slow us down again. Actually, guys, I'm gonna say that this has gotten worse. I'm being totally honest. This feels a lot worse than it's done it before. It actually did this way smoother because it's stuck at a slower speed. Whereas now it seems to be wanting to accelerate at every chance it can and then brake at every chance it can. Yeah, this is going very fast down here. Normally it was going 50, but it seems to be keeping itself up. And let's see how it reacts to this bit here. So this is what I mean. I'm not doing a thing. I'm not braking. I'm not doing anything at this point. We've gone from 60 miles an hour all the way down to 20... What are we going to end up at? 24, 23. There we go. 23 miles an hour it's brought us down to. But it knows that it can do this corner at this speed. Do you know why it knows it? Because I've done it at this speed. I set it at 20 miles an hour. There's a pheasant going across the road. It didn't pick it up, obviously. But yeah, a pheasant running across the road there. And then it starts to speed itself up again. And I believe it will start to slow itself down again as we get to this area. Yeah, you can see now it's keeping itself at 40. It's not accelerating through, bringing itself down now to 30s. And actually pretty impressive for this bit. It's going to brake hard for this track to potentially slightly on. No, okay, it was okay. It was okay.